Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope we're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In this episode, we are going to check out tiers 2 and hopefully 3 with Carlos, and we're going to grab a couple more technology points as well. And we're going to continue to work on lowering our city stress level. Right now, sitting at 62%, I'd like to lower that as much as we can, really. And kind of working towards that, we want to get to the entertainment technology. This is going to be minus 10% on all citizen stress. So to begin, let's go ahead and go senior housing and then entertainment. So we should drop down to 52% shortly here. And then we have one more technology point. And I think what we'll do with the next technology point is we'll go into drinks. The drinks themselves aren't going to help our happiness or our stress reduction, but hopefully when we get to Candy Workshop, that will help our stress a little bit. This is going to increase happiness. So we'll start with drinks, and that gives us a couple of things to begin with here. And let's see, so we're still at 61% with city stress, so hoping that that drops a little bit here. And then what I did in between episodes wasn't a whole lot. We did get 3 of our farms up and running here, our dense farms. Remember, we're kind of in the process of replacing all of these over in this area with the dense farms. And while those were out and being built up, we needed more food. So I did put in a couple more workers over in here on these 3 farms. So we got a bunch more workers over here, getting some more rice coming in. We are still in the event right now of the lunar event. Surprisingly, I think it's crazy that we're halfway through February already and we're still in the Lunar New Year. I'm not complaining about it. I just think it's surprising. So also, you may have noticed we have quite a few more houses in here. We've been taking in some immigrants, and of course, immigrants need a place to be. So as you can see down over in here, we have 3 people who are homeless. I'm working on building a lot of regular houses in here, and then we'll probably upgrade those to luxury houses later. Back over in here, both of our alpaca pastures are doing great. We are up to 18 and 19 in our pastures here, so that's doing really well. Getting those bonuses for having alpaca, we're getting all that wool, we're getting the extra food, and the fats, and the animal dung. We do have a lot of animal dung. Holy cow. And then when we come back up over in this area to our trading post, I do have both caravans out right now on our trading post, trying to get that Carlos rep up to level 3, and hopefully we get pretty close to that, if not capturing it, after these caravans come back. Not doing anything too wild in here. Selling some dumplings, selling some porcelain, and we're going to purchase some coal. We're having, obviously, very low fuel situations right now. This is going to be very supplemental. And as you can see, we do have a couple meat pops, too. We need to get these fields back up and running over in here, and it looks like the last one did just complete it. An old man came to town with a bag of old glass bottles. Although my glass bottles are all old, I have cleaned every one of them, and the price is cheaper than those new bottles. Let's go ahead and we'll buy 500, sure. We got plenty of silver coins now. We have 15,000, so we'll get a couple more glass bottles, that'll be all right. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and get, ooh, look at this. Since we got that first level with Carlos, we do have the option for cactuses now. So let's go ahead. We'll take a quick peek at Carlos while we're talking about him. So we got the cactus seeds and the cactus workshop. We really need to build one of these guys. Don't have one yet. And then level 2 grants us tequila seeds. And then with the tequila seeds, we are able to produce clothing, tequila, and rope for experience. So instead of using paper, you can make rope with Carlos here, and you can use that to generate additional tech points. So right here you can see we have the option now of paper or rope. So pretty great. We can't select both, it's one or the other. So there we go. That's pretty great having that stuff. So let's go ahead. Now that we're getting a little bit of cactuses started here, let's go for the cactus workshop. And I guess we could put it right over in here. That would work just fine. Pop that guy down right there, and then we're going to make cactus cuts out from the cactus workshop. Those are very high output of food, but the quality isn't that great. So we'll start with that, and then let's come over in here. And now that we do have the senior housing technology unlocked, I want to utilize this a little bit. So remember, there's going to be 36 people in each one of these things. It takes quite a bit of resources to get built up, but we will be able to utilize one dog to benefit many, many people here, and this should help reduce the city stress level by a fair amount. So let's get one started, and then I'm going to place another one, but let's pause this one. I want to claim the space, but I don't have the resources yet. We need more glass. It's kind of an issue right now. So we'll just claim the space and work on the one. Since we know glass is kind of a problem, we have another kiln factory over in here. Let's go ahead and increase that. Our caravans are rolling into town. We did reach level 3 with Carlos. So we're absolutely going to look at that as well. Another little thing that I did with one of our caravans that came back, we did get the herb seeds, and then of course there's the agave seeds. We have a couple nurseries currently making some herb seeds, and I'll take you over there. And we got this guy right here. So 150 last year, so it's not a ton, but it's better than nothing. I'm going to go ahead and swap this to herb seeds, and I'm going to do 2 herb seeds over in here, and then we'll do agave over on this side of the world. So we'll have both those coming in. And those herb seeds are going to be super beneficial. Remember, that's going to help us with our pharmacy stuff, because the pharmacy is going to take those herb seeds and make medicinal powder. And once we get enough of this happening, we can then use some of our glass bottles and make special medicines. And then we can also do another pharmacy for bandages, which I think we should be doing anyways. We have plenty of linens, plenty of cotton cloth. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll grab another pharmacy, put it right next door, because why not? And then we'll get that built up, and we'll go ahead and make some bandages, and that'll be great. Okay, so let's look at Carlos real quick. So we got to level 3. Excellent. Now this is going to unlock the water nursery, obsidian roads, obsidian mines, obsidian, and then outdoor kitchens. So the really good thing about this is what I normally like is the obsidian roads. And these are 125% walk speed. So remember, right now we are making most of our roads with our cutstone roads, which is 75%, but we get that obsidian 125. So a considerable upgrade. So we are absolutely going to start getting some obsidian mines going on here. It should work out quite nicely right there. We even have a little spot, it looks like, for our storage area. So we'll go ahead and we'll tie this guy in, of course. We'll use an obsidian road just to get started with him. And let's go ahead and we'll plop a warehouse down, and we'll do that right on the corner here. I think that'll work just fine. And we'll get that started up. That'll be a really good thing. But look at that. We need lanterns. So we have the lighting factories in a couple spots. So let's go ahead and find one of those. And then we are absolutely going to swap that to make us some lanterns. So right here, we have our lighting factories. This guy's making lamp oil. So if we come over to this one, we should have lantern. There it is. Going to take some lamp oil, some glass bottles. Let's go ahead and do it up. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 workers on this. And let's put 2 workers on this lighting factory as well. I want to keep up with the demand that the lanterns are going to be pulling for the lamp oil. Let's check out our water nurseries. So these are going to be pretty much the same thing as our nurseries that we were just looking at, but of course on the water. They are going to have a little bit of a higher output than regular nurseries. So we're going to go ahead and check these guys out. We have a really nice flat area up over in here, kind of in our new little area. So let's go ahead. We'll put 2 down. I want to make a lot of those medicinal herbs. So let's go ahead and we'll start this out. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put a couple of pharmacies up here as well. My thought is we do a bandage and a medicinal powder pharmacy. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that up. And then, of course, we want to get our warehouse to store some of those goodies. And then while we're at it, I don't think we have a transfer station over here at all. I'm not seeing one off the bat here. So let's go ahead and we'll get one of those as well. And we'll get our transfer station. And so, of course, that's going to bring all of the goodies from here to other places throughout the town. And that's exactly what I want to do with that. We're going to go ahead and get those started. And 47 laborers, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get some fishing happening over in here as well. It looks like that'll work just perfectly. And so we'll go ahead and get that little area built up. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and come back over in here. I want to double check our curing workshops and then our stocks on things. Yeah, looking great. So let's make another curing workshop and get some more salted fish coming in. A little bit more better food, of course. So we'll go ahead and we'll plop that guy down there as well. And then here we go with our extra processing of things. So we looked at the cactus workshop already. It's still getting built up. But then we have the outdoor kitchen. This is going to be able to process raw materials such as cocoa and corn nuts into all sorts of other cuisines. So let's go ahead and we'll click on this guy. We'll get one of these guys built up right by our cactus workshop. And then we'll see what those things are going to be able to provide for us. Tea shop is next up. Can process coffee, cocoa, or tea leaf into drinks. And we have cocoa. So we should be able to do something with the tea shop. Let's go ahead. We could put it right next door to that other stuff, but I think we'll put it over in here. Get that tea shop started up. And then we have the winery. Let's get a winery started as well. The winery is going to help make us make multiple kinds of wine and then help increase our health. So lots of buildings placed. We probably could look at a couple of more of our builders and see how many we have going on. I did push it back a little bit because we weren't really building a whole lot. Now, of course, we're building a ton of things all at once. So here's one of our builders cabins. We have 3 in total. I'm going to go ahead and max these out to 6 on that first one, and let's go 5 on the others. And then another thing to check, let's go ahead and reinforce our vendors on each of our markets. Let's go at least 3 on each, just to make sure that we're getting enough goods for everybody. It looks like we're doing pretty well, but I just want to back it up a little bit more. Looks like this senior mine is nearly upgraded, which is really great. We can throw a couple workers in there. Over in here, we're looking for a couple more building kits, some glass. We need a little bit more workers over in here as well. So I think what we'll do, I don't think I have a builder's cabin over in here. So let's get one of those guys. Sure don't. So let's go ahead and we'll plop one of these guys down right there. Looks great. Insta build. Let's go ahead and put 4 workers on there. That's going to help this little area out quite a bit. Oh, and it looks like this nursery is good to go. So let's go ahead and do some agave seeds in there. Now we got double agave looking good. And then up over in here, here's a dense orchard that has the coffee. I said cocoa. We have coffee seeds. That's just fine as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll utilize some of those now to make us some coffee, which would be great to have. It's going to help push our health maybe over 100. That'd be really great. Oh, look at this. 54% on our city stress. So we are making some good moves here. Let's go ahead and look at our reputations again. So Carlos, we are about halfway to level 4 with Carlos. And remember, I want to get to level 4 for the Chichen Itza as well as seeds trade. This reduces the price of seeds by a ton. This is very, very worth it to get the seeds trade. So we're going to work on that. So let's go ahead in the spirit of that, I suppose. And we'll go to our small trading post here. We're going to make a little bit of money. And we're going to buy some more things. I also want to get some more dogs. I've been neglecting to get some new ones while we've been out and about trading, because there was other things that I thought were a little bit more important at the time. We're going to have to remember to get some of those guys. So let's go ahead. We got lots of fireworks. We're going to go ahead and sell some of those. And we got some porcelain as well. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Looking good. 1,502 porcelain we're going to sell. 22,000 price. Go ahead and mark it up. And then we are making some of those lanterns, but I think I'm going to buy a couple of them. And I think we needed, how many do we need? I want to say 250 comes to mind, but that seems too high. Let's go for 120 to start with. And we'll go ahead and do that. That's pretty expensive, but not too bad. We'll throw that in our purchase. And then, like we were just saying, let's go ahead and get some more puppies. And we're going to try and max out as many puppies as we can get here. And it looks like we're going to be able to come back with 22 puppies. And it's going to cost us a little bit of money, but not really that much. Let's go ahead and form it and get this guy on the way. Okay, so we got that one going. Let's go ahead and do a similar thing with this trading post. I want to have 2 caravans going. We have plenty of laborers. So right now we're at 17, but those immigrants are nearly here. So let's go ahead and set this one up as well. We're going to buy insurance, Carlos, and I'm going to go ahead and set this up. All right, again, we are losing a little bit of money on the transaction, but that's all right. We have plenty to spare. So we're going to go ahead and visit Carlos with a second caravan. It looks like our immigrants have arrived. So again, we have a housing problem and then a couple of sick people. At one point in the last batch of immigrants, I had like 15, 16 people who had diseases, but they all got handled. So nobody got super sick and killed everybody. So that's great. We have our diseases figured out. That's a very important piece to have working in this game for sure. Looks like this senior mine is good to go. We absolutely need some more iron ore. Let's go ahead and do that. Is another one good to go up here? Okay, let's get coal in it. These are still running. Good. This is getting really low, though. 4%. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. And then back over in here, our sawmill. Remember, we want domestic fuels. Go ahead and do that. And then our pharmacy. This is going to be our bandage pharmacy. Let's go ahead and get that operating as well. Do that. And then that as well. A couple more workers. Get some more of this stuff happening. Maybe not with this one because we don't have a ton of herbs at this point. Let's come back over in here and check on the construction process of our buildings. This cactus workshop is good to go. I'm going to put 4 people in here, and then we're going to go ahead and go for cactus cuts. So cactuses can also be used to make medicinal powder. That's a pretty good exchange right there, 1-to-1. And then, of course, into fodder as well. So we're going to go ahead and go for the cactus cuts. A little bit of extra food coming in. We should look at our graph for food. It looks like our stock is quite dwindled. And it looks like we're making considerably more than we are consuming. So that's exactly where we want to be. So we're just going to keep going like that for now. I'll probably want to keep replacing some of these farms with dense farms. I'm going to work on that. Try and do that stuff more in the winter time because then it's not hurting our production at all. We're going to go ahead and work on that in the next winter here, hopefully, if I remember. And then, ooh, merchant ship. Check this guy out. I've been trying to catch most of these merchant ships. They've been pretty good, but looks like there's really nothing here that I want to get. Some medicinal soap might not be the worst thing, but I think I'm just going to let this one go ahead and pass. Coming over in here, it looks like this is coming along quite well, our senior housing. We need a little bit more cut stone, and it looks like they're getting brought over, so that is well on the way to being completed. We probably want to do a couple more houses in these little areas that we may be able to sneak a few more in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. All right, 4 more luxury houses on the way. And then, of course, once the senior house is built, that's going to provide homes for 36 people, and that will take care of our homeless problem. So we're on the way to getting all that stuff figured out. This little bundle of buildings is almost completed up over in here. That looks great. And then let's find our obsidian mine. Looks like we still need a few more lanterns. With those caravans to come back, we should have enough. This is 120, not 250, so I'm glad I didn't do 250. So we'll have these guys figured out shortly here once the caravans get back. So that's looking really good. So with the obsidian coming in, that's also another option for a trade good as well. If we have a surplus, but I feel like we won't really have a surplus of obsidian. We got lots of roads to upgrade, and we will absolutely be doing that as quickly as possible. Lots more empty mugs walking around town. Little empty mugs, couple meat pops here. Yeah, we are going to need to either get a couple more wells going, or we come up here and we really think about going into the reservoir right in here under science. This is going to produce a ton of water for us. And at this point, I think that's what we're going to do. We're really kind of at the point in the game where I think that's going to be what we need to do to get on top of our water demands. Our water demands aren't going to lessen. It's just going to get more and more. So let's go ahead and get this guy set up as well. We have lots of buildings to get created here, and we might have to wait until the next episode to see some of these guys, because it's taking a little bit of time. Not the greatest flat area over in there, so let's go ahead and we'll find a good spot. Go about right here. And if we can do more than one, we absolutely want to. It looks like one for now. So I'm going to go ahead and keep looking for some spots to build some more of these reservoirs. We are going to be utilizing them a lot more. We can even probably shut down a couple of the wells that we have in order to take advantage of the reservoirs, which are a little bit better than the wells. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll get these guys all tied in. These guys aren't going to take anything too crazy to get created. Sand, clay, and stone. Stone is going to be the difficult one for us right now. We do have this quarry working. Let's go ahead and throw 3 more workers in there. And that's the only quarry it looks like that we have at senior level. Go ahead and check this one over in here. Down to 4%. What are we going to need to upgrade? Some planks, some steel, and some rope. Looks like planks are going to be the difficult part for that one. So hopefully by that time we will be able to upgrade the quarry, and then we will get an additional senior quarry happening and getting a lot more stone coming in with those guys. So our senior house is nearly completed. I'm hoping that the caravans come back with the puppies so we can do some upgrading as well. And it looks like this guy hasn't even left yet. Either that or they just came back. I'm not sure. 0 out of 370 days. Similar deal here. Oh, you know what I may have done? I may have overbooked our porcelain situation here. Since I did both of these trading posts like pretty much back to back, this is looking for 1,502 porcelain and this one's looking for 1,000. That means we need 2,502 porcelain. And I don't know if I have that many. Yeah, we don't. So these guys are going to be sitting for quite a while. My bad. I overlooked that. But anyways, that's going to take some time to get completed because we have to build all of those porcelains before they will leave. Up over in here in our water nurseries, let's go ahead. We'll do some more herb seeds. Get these guys coming in. Those will be really great to have started up. Get those working for us. Get a little bit more of those herb seeds in. Really get our health taken care of. We're looking pretty good with our situation on happiness and health. And then finally, let's do a little bit looking at our outdoor kitchen. Tacos, spicy cocoa, and popcorn. We are going to need corn, corn and sugar, and cocoa beans and chili. So this is kind of out of our reach right now. Once we get to level 4 with Carlos, though, we could get some corn and start to make some tacos. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and turn that off. We'll save ourselves the worker. Since these dense farms have been working for a little bit, I want to take a quick comparison. So this is a dense farm, of course, with a hoe in it, which is increased efficiency. But look at the production numbers here. So 2,264 for 3 workers on a dense farm versus 1,116 on a standard farm with the same amount of workers. One other thing to note, though, is that this does not have the iron tools in it. But this is still substantially more for the same amount of workers, same amount of footprint. Yeah, the dense farms are the best farms in the game. We are absolutely going to have to upgrade some of these farms. So in kind of that ideal, I'm going to go ahead and demo some of these guys, and we're going to go ahead and replace them. And I think I'll work on that a little bit in between episodes. I think this is a great spot to call this episode a Settlement Survival. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me and checking out Carlos's excellent technologies. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and I'll talk to you again soon.